We are now recording. Please make noise.
Roar.
Anyways,
Noise. Noise.
how much do we remember of when and how this project got started in the first place?
I remember how it got started. I remember how it started because I was the one that approached you and Tarek, and technically Maddie too. We were like all in this very same chat because I think previously this chat was started because we wanted to watch movies together. I came to Doc and Tarek about this specific topic because at the time recently lost my stepdad, and probably a few months after his passing, I was not handling it very well. I was incredibly angry and sad and scared. And one of my coping mechanisms and dealing with it is to throw myself into work. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make a project. I'm going to take all my grief and all my emotions and lay it out in the script. Best place I felt like I could do that was in the Moment with Dr. Wolf series. It's a little different than putting it in one of my videos because that's a bit more adventurous, and I just did Missing Colors 2 on top, so it didn't really make sense for me to do another one.
It's also like your videos are more story-based.
Yeah.
And character-based, whereas Moment with Dr. Wolf videos, I would argue, although they are technically story-based as well, they're more characters that often represent, like, there's no separation between, usually, no separation between the character and the real person. So doing this type of thing as a Moment with Dr. Wolf video, I think fits better tonally because of the incredibly heavy topic, or topics, plural, that are discussed here. But it also comes from a very raw place. I mean, I wasn't involved in the writing at all, but I got that when I listened to the first recording of the script.
Yeah, once the audio and the script, well, when the script and audio were done, they came up to the discussion about who was going to edit this, and originally I was immediately thinking I'm totally going to edit this, but then for once it wasn't Doc and Tarek that said, no, you're not. It was, I actually did stop myself and said, you know what, no, I'm too invested and I'm too hurt and I need to grieve. It's probably best that I don't edit this, but who will do it? And then we asked Maddie.
I think I actually volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain a bit about how that all came together? Because I'm not really sure how all the details of how Maddie got involved.
I think I remember one interesting point. For many years now, Maddie has felt just a little guilty about starting on the Rarity Moment with Dr. Wolf and then deciding that she couldn't finish it. And she decided, I want to take on something really big for a Moment with Dr. Wolf because I've always felt a little guilty about not being able to finish that one many years ago. Is that right?
That's part of it. So this was way back in what, maybe 2016 or something. I'm not sure entirely when, but I was going to make the visuals for the Moment with Dr. Wolf Rarity video, and at some point I realized I did not have the confidence to give the project the quality it needed. So I decided to back out, and there is some guilt there. However, this wasn't the main motivator for volunteering to do this video. This is not like saying, oh, Lissy doesn't have the skill to pull this off or anything. It was like, she is grieving, and the thing that I often say as an artist, the one art form that artists struggle with is the art of delegation. And often
that's pretty good.
with projects, as much as you're emotionally invested in it, sometimes you do need to have a different role in some things, and so you're still obviously very heavily involved in this, but it's also because of the sad coincidence that myself and Blissy share. I felt that this was something I needed to do, not just for Blissy, but for myself as well. It was a project I felt I had a duty to contribute the visuals for. And is it perfect? Far from it. There are plenty of things that I would love to be able to fix here and there, but just like the script and the audio recording, the visuals still also come from a very raw place as well. And I felt it was important that if you were going to delegate it out, that it needed to be someone that had sadly gone through a very traumatic loss. I felt that was very important.
It was all those things. I think we all feel that way about some projects sometimes, but I didn't fight over this, thankfully. A part of me was tempted to think that maybe it would be good for me to do it myself and edit it myself, but we would quickly find out that no, this is a good thing that Maddie volunteered, because things escalated the year that we started working on this, with more family loss on my end. I mean, y'all were witnesses to that. Basically, the day I got the news, and y'all had to bear with me through a call because I was pretty hysterical that day. It dawned on me this was a good thing for Maddie to take over. It was good of me not to edit this. I would not have been in a good, stable state. And it probably would have made it worse if I just piled more work on, because that was another thing me and my therapist have been working on. Dealing with grief by not dealing with it and throwing myself into work is not a good thing to do.
No.
So, yeah, this was a good thing. This was a blessing, and I am very grateful, Maddie, that you volunteered.
I am very happy that you trusted me with it. If you asked me to do this a few years ago, I would have said no. I
wouldn't have blamed you.
I don't have the skill, and I'd argue I still don't have the skill, but at least I felt more confident with it and was able to deliver a product I hope that does the script justice.
I mean, I personally think it did.
Yay, go me, I did a thing.
So if I can add something here, if that's all right.
No!
No, how dare!
Yeah, how dare you? I'm actually really glad that Maddie joined this project, because prior to that, I knew about Maddie's sister that had passed, but I didn't know much more than that. I knew that Maddie had been dealing with it and going through the grief, but I didn't know myself about the details or what actually Maddie had been going through. And it was through this project that she was able to open up to us and share her grief by proxy in this situation. And I feel that I got to know Maddie a lot better through this experience. So I really appreciate that. I feel like when you're able to open up and share those feelings, those concerns in a safe environment where people aren't going to judge you for it, I think that really creates connections and friendships and relationships. And so I'm grateful for that.
I was going to ask, how does Doc feel about all this?
I was thinking, looking back, this might be the A Moment with Dr. Wolf project that I had the least involvement in over the years, because I am not the primary person talking to the one who has the issue here. And on top of that, I don't even show up until a third of the way through, and I don't even start talking until about 2/3 of the way through. This is an example of A Moment with Dr. Wolf project where Doc has kind of let go of the wheel and let others do most of the driving. That's what comes to my mind.
Do you regret that at all?
No, actually. It felt more comfortable for everyone in the moment we were trying to create that situation, because Lissy wanted from the get-go to rage out for her character. And Doc in that situation, I don't know he would have the ability to calm Blissy the way Terric could. I think that's why we had initially thought, well, let's make Terric the primary focus for Blissy to talk to.
Just till she settles down, yes. As everybody's come to realize, when I deal with grief, the first stage of it for me, and tends to stick around the longest, is anger. And I know Doc is a very sensitive person, and emotions can be a challenge for him to be burdened with. And anger being a very powerful and very
volatile, maybe?
Volatile, it's a deadly set of mine. It's like, if I had a virtue for like justice or love, anger is my opposite. And for Lightning Bliss to go dragon mode and intentionally rage, because a lot of people don't seem to understand there are two modes of anger for Bliss. There's the one where she tries to keep it contained and hidden, but by doing so, Thunderblight comes out. But when she intentionally rages, Thunderblight will not come out. She's genuinely being angry and letting people see it, and turning into a dragon and physically taking it out on a mountain rather than on somebody's home seemed more like the better alternative, because when you're just in so much pain and so much rage, the last thing I would want to do is hurt a friend. So getting to that point, I didn't want to put Doc's character through that situation, because he is a sensitive soul, fictionally and personally. Whereas Terek can handle those kinds of emotions, has even expressed them himself at a time. Maybe not as volatile as Bliss, but he's certainly more capable of handling it better. But I do want to point something out. There was something very impactful that Doc did say in the script, though, that still sticks with me, that kind of brought me back to Earth. Because I was incredibly hyper-focused. I was even worried at one point the script was going to go on too long, because I couldn't fully pull myself out of the narration of how angry and hurt and scared I am to lose people. And I thought that was just going to go in circles, and I was just going to keep saying that over and over until somebody said something to pull me out of it. And to my surprise, well, no, not even surprise, it's more like to my relief, Doc did say something in the script that I still hold close. And the words were, Terek and I are here with you now, right here. And out of anything we could be doing, this is where we want to be the most. It may not be as big as a coping mechanism to everything that's going on around me, but it's something. And that actually brought me down to earth.
I want to talk a little bit about how the script came about, because I don't think I've ever been part of an exercise like that before, where the three of us, we just, Bliss, the instructions that you gave to me when we were writing the script is say what you think you would say in the moment. Just, you didn't give me specific direction. You didn't say, this is where I want the script to go. You said, say what you feel would be the right thing to say in the moment. And so it became very real and very from the heart, because I felt like as we were writing the script, we were kind of having this live conversation that we were going through. Once we wrote that all out, there was very little editing that actually took place afterward, if I recall correctly. Getting back to your original point, you said, this is where we most want to be right now in this moment. That was off the cuff. It was in the moment. You could tell that really came from the heart and from what he was thinking and feeling at the moment. The comparison you were making before that, if you wanted to throw this wall of rage, then I was able to handle it and deal with it. But it took Doc to come in and actually bring in those words of wisdom that really brought you down and centered you.
Yeah, it took the both of you. It really did, because I was too angry to hear that. Too loud, too furious, too scared, crying too hard. Because, during the writing, still shocked I was able to get through it. Had Terek not be there in the beginning to calm Bliss down, there would have been no way Doc's words would have gone through, which really made the final impact in a way. So it took the both of you.
Honestly, that I feel kind of special with you saying that.
Before we start the project, you invested, I don't know how many hours over those couple of years creating so many different art pieces, different backgrounds and different poses. I want to hear about the process that you put in.
I approached this the same way as if it was an animatic. I didn't want to just have, not to diminish other Moment with Dr. Wolf videos at all, but I wanted to have different perspectives from different characters. There's 3 characters here, and it was important to me to stage that as it would if it was an animatic. So you've got the perspective from Blissey, then Terek, and then eventually Doc as well. And the way I approached it was I storyboarded it first. There was over 300 storyboards done for the project, maybe close to 350. So we did a version of the project with just the storyboards, which we were able to show at conventions. That also helped me to understand the amount of work that it was going to take. And it was daunting at first, but I was determined I was going to deliver this project. There are some panels that are repeated, especially in the second half. And there's a lot of, I wouldn't call it cheating, but it's like saving time. So a lot of people will notice there are a lot of things that are repeated, like the backgrounds or certain expressions are used more than once.
I call it optimization.
And yeah, and that's perfectly fine considering it's just one person doing the visuals. I'm not an animator by any means, but I've only done one course about learning how to storyboard a project, and I'm very grateful that past me had the sense to do that, and I did that before I even volunteered for this. It was just something I wanted to learn how to do. So I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but I think there's about 325 separate drawings for the final video, but that doesn't include all of the preliminary sketches and the concept for the characters in the video, especially Teric. I had to draw him a lot because, unlike Dr. Wolf and Blissey, I'd not really drawn Teric all that much before, other than maybe some fan art I was giving to Teric. But for a video production, I really need to get his design down pat. There are some like experimental effects that I use in the video, like there's some fade out effects and stuff, and some panning effects that I put in there, especially in the shots when Blissey is small with Teric, and I looked at a lot of examples on how to do that with a giant character, with a small character. Like the main example I watched was the animated version of the Big Friendly Giant, if people remember that movie.
If you want to throw out the random junk right now, is probably the best time to do it.
And unfortunately, it is true when I am in real deep rage. I have punched walls before.
Okay, that was not sparring.
No, it was not.
Oh, the big eyes.
To see that shot right there is so adorable.
You need to have some
Beating
comic
up a mountain?
relief threaded.
Yeah.
You do need that.
Yeah. I knew that going in.
Yeah,
The expression.
something's happening.
It's like, oh, I didn't realize I was that bad. Considering I didn't do this in the first time I lost somebody, yeah, this is hard. I also find this more memorable because we were on a couples retreat when I got a text message from my mother about his diagnosis. And when I saw it, I kind of just went into full-blown angry denial and gave my phone to Teric and said, please tell me what I read wasn't true.
So what makes you think I want to hurt you, idiot?
Go ahead.
I
You
legit
can stomp
didn't
it out
understand
on me.
what Teric was
Don't worry
getting
about
at. It's
hurting
okay
me.
to hit me. I'm like, no, it's not!
I mean, you're
the only one
really
who needs
small
help
right
here
now,
after
and he's
all.
really big. You can probably barely feel it.
Yeah,
So
but
he's like-
it's the motivation behind it that I don't
Two
like.
fathers now.
And encouraging that. Encouraging
Taking
violence to
before
me
their
is not a
time.
good idea.
I know Doc says
Offering
that
to be the
changes is inevitable.
soundboard.
Is it too much to ask to have at least one father stay in my life long enough to make me feel secure in that I was looked after and given all the knowledge they knew to help me on my journey through life?
That's the bigger thing. I just found it
In the end, because
so unfair.
they can be taken away so
I've been
Yeah.
blessed to have
then it
two
means that could
fathers,
happen to
and yet
you,
I couldn't
or
keep
Doc,
either one of
or
them.
any of our friends.
Just
I
still
don't
feels
want
unfair
that
to me.
happen. Please don't leave me too, like my dad and my stepdad did to me, or
And there
But
it is.
I'm-
Just blurting out,
You can't
admitting
tell me
that.
you're
Like,
so tough and
please,
independent that you're gonna
y'all
handle
don't leave me
this
too.
pain
Please
all by
don't.
yourself.
That's
I
opening
don't
up a nerve
want to, but
of how I
it's
really
not
feel
the
about
first time
everybody in my
either.
life.
I was really
This
hoping
is
to
me
like draw a scene
trying,
from
Teric.
that video
I'm trying
for
to reach
this
out to
one,
help in
Yeah.
my struggle of one
but
of the
I
greatest griefs
decided
I've ever
I didn't really
faced.
have the
for
time,
me to
but
actually
also
follow
I wanted it to be
through,
focused on
to
you and
admit that
Teric.
I'm leaning on you and Doc
Just
this
have the
much. What if
emotion
you both
there.
take this the wrong way?
Being honest.
It wasn't a How to Train Your Dragon
truth
reference,
is,
to be perfectly
I'm so
honest. It
right
was just I wanted
Ears
Bliss to
open
be reaching out to
for as long
Teric.
as you
But
need.
if people take that as a How to
No
Train Your
disrespect
Dragon
meant
reference,
no
I'm not going to
disrespect.
argue that because it is
It
similar.
totally fits, yeah.
It's similar staging, so
Hey, Doc.
yeah.
If it works,
hear
it
all
works.
I have been worried about you.
And
as a
here
father,
I am.
And it is
Yeah.
good to know that
Yay.
you felt the. How can we be of help to you, Lightning?
See, that's where Doc's strength
That's a
lies,
hard
is he
question
just
to answer.
steps in and says,
Wish I could
okay,
ask you
it's
to
time to help,
find a
let's
way
do it.
to, I don't know.
Doc has a
Go back in
quiet
time?
strength
Make
about
this
him
all
when
not
he's
happen
in
to
the
begin
room.
with?
He just
Go
brings a
back and
calmness.
save my
I don't think he's
crying
even
my
aware
eyes
he
out,
has that,
burning more
but he
on my
does.
level, making hopeless pleas to the both of you that you won't lead me to.
And there it is again.
Because both of them needed to hear it. The first time you said it, only Tarek heard it. Well, Doc did hear it, but you needed to know that he heard it. So that's why you bring it up again.
Too bad. You're stuck with me.
Saying too bad you're stuck with me. Yeah, that point did not help. I will point out, it's sweet to hear, but it actually didn't.
It wasn't what you needed at the moment.
Yeah, because I point that out later, but it's one of my biggest fears is losing people.
See, your speech right here explains the whole thing.
Yeah, though I did hold that against my dad for a long time. Because he made me that promise, and I felt like he lied to me. But it's not like he asked to have a heart attack.
No.
But yeah, one of my biggest things was y'all making promises to me, knowing I know y'all can't keep them.
It's the echo that your father made, and
I don't want to be angry at y'all for making those promises.
Hold on to dreams we've had for so much of our lives which don't seem to come true. Tends to make one want to lose heart for how unfair it seems.
And that's an
I know you
reference
don't
to
want
another
either of us
moment,
to
Dr.
say
Wolf.
that with
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
because right now that is what's weighing heaviest on your mind. But Tarek and I are here
There you
here's,
go.
now,
here's Doc. Here's
right
Doc with
here.
his wisdom.
because this is where the both of us want
I
to
should
be
point
most
out
in the
that
world at this
I think
moment.
this is the second frame where all
Whatever
three characters
feeling
are
it may
together. The
be,
first one is when
this
Doc
is
is looking
what
at them from
you
afar,
have
but
to
this is
say.
when they're all
Some
three of
small
them are
comfort
together,
compared to the heavy burden
like
you are
in the
wrestling
moment,
with.
because that
Such
line I
fragile
knew was
moments
very
are
important,
still
so
worth the while.
I knew that needed to have
The way
all
I
three
see
of
it,
them.
well, you can raise
And I
against
think
the
you framed
dying
it very
of the
nicely.
works
The
way back.
staging in this was
You
very
need to
difficult, I
acknowledge that
admit, because
someday,
Tarek is so
somewhere,
big.
another
That was
lives.
quite an interesting problem to figure out.
You had me leaning over a lot.
The gift of time.
Oh yeah. You'd also
And
point
Shyhammer,
out,
my
like,
stepbrother,
Blissey's
quiet,
rainbow
but
hair
worked
doesn't
hard,
appear
grew up by my
until
mother,
this
and
point.
did his best to look after all of
It,
us,
well,
especially
it
when
does
he
appear
married
earlier a
my
little
family.
bit, but
I
it
remember
was
when I was
more
It really
prominent
comes out.
here, because
So
now
what is
she's
it like to
smiling,
inherit
so
4
the
daughters
rainbow
on top of
hair
the
is
fact that
seen.
you have sons?
Because
Says
rainbows make
that's
you
all
smile.
knew before you
Make little
Oh,
girl
girls are
babies.
nothing but trouble, Tarek.
Sure.
We are nothing but trouble.
All up until we got the first ultrasound.
It's good to be helping.
There you go.
Now we reach the end with the memorial.
Acknowledgements, yes.
Yeah.
The memorials, there we go.
And there we go. Goodness.
What a journey.
Think how long we waited for this moment.
I've been really excited and also somewhat hesitant for this moment because it all comes out. We get the response and the feedback, and Bliss, you're putting your very, very private personal feelings out on display for the entire world.
Because honestly, this is one of my only ways to cope, I guess you could say. When I first lost my dad in 2010, I didn't have a circle of friends, and I didn't really have an outlet to vent about my feelings to friends. I would just play games and draw as an outlet, but whenever
Yeah.
I was around family, I kept my emotions bottled up really, really tight. I just kept my emotions to myself and let everybody else grieve because I felt somebody needed to be strong for everybody. I didn't go to therapy like I should have, and I didn't seek help. I just bottled everything up and just dealt with it by myself, like I did with a lot of things in life before I met all of you guys, because later on y'all would figure out that, oh, she has trust issues and she has problems accepting help. We need to work on that.
I feel like you demonstrated that you have learned to trust more, especially because you were okay with delegating the visuals of this video out. That shows a lot of personal growth. And this entire project, I think, shows that you've learned to your journey of grief in a more healthy way. It's important, I feel, to talk about these topics, and a lot of the times this kind of thing is, it's not discussed, at least from my culture anyway. It's not. It's, you know, keep calm and carry on kind of thing. So I admire your ability and everyone else's ability to be more open about the topic, but also recognizing who to trust, where the safe zone is, you know, where the line is, etc., and how much you want to share, how vulnerable you want to be. And that control should always be with you. It should never be forced. This project means a lot to me, so I really am grateful that I was involved. So
Glad to have you
yeah.
with us. This might be the last Moment with Dr. Wolf video ever released, honestly.
Maybe. But I mean, if this is going to be the last one, what a way to go out, you know?
Yes.
I mean, from where I'm sitting, if I ever come up with another idea, I don't consider this the last one. Because I'm pretty sure I have more ideas under my belt.
I wonder if Tarek would have a reason to go and see Dr. Wolf or something.
Well, you've been in A Moment with Dr. Wolf before.
I have. Oh, you know what? You're right. We have.
Yeah, way back
It's
in the day.
basically where Doc went to Tarek. And
Yeah,
Tarek...
it's kind of the other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around, where Doc was seeking advice and help from Tarek. So, reverse that. Has Tarek gone to Doc for anything?
I don't know. I put on this facade of being this strong, capable person, and I have all of these hidden secret worries that I just keep bottled up, you know? I'm doing the very unhealthy thing.
I don't think that's unhealthy. I think that's because like that's the protector in you, as you said in this video. So you want to be the strong one. But I think it's also because like you're a dad as well. So there's a lot of that, like that's the role you put yourself into, not just with your own kids, but with others that you see. You want to be that role, whether it be a father figure or older brother figure or mentor, etc.
Which, again, I want to point out is incredibly important to me personally to have in my life. Losing both my stepdad and my eldest sister, I don't have an older positive male role model in my life anymore, let alone an older sibling that I can rely on. It's nice to hear I have something close to that in the both of you.
If I could add on to that, I had one sibling. I never had brothers. I definitely see Tarek and Doc as brothers. I hope that's okay. Blissey is obviously just the American version of me, but I'm kidding.
Well, but here's the thing. I've always known to see them like this, but this is me outright admitting it in a video to the public.
Yeah.
And just, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I view you both as brothers. I view you both as family. Y'all have had the chance to even meet some of my family. They have expressed that they're grateful that you're both in my life.
Glad we could be of service.
You always say that.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It works. You know that.
the honest truth is, hearing that come from both of you now, it's flattering to me. Like I said in the video, it's kind of the protector in me that comes out. But I always try to present myself as someone that can be depended on and looked up to. And I guess that's one reason why the dragon persona was chosen, because in a lot of cases, the dragon is bigger and you look up to him and stuff. And in a lot of ways, people don't trust dragons. They're monsters. You fight them, you get away from them, or you go take their treasure. But in this sense, because Tarek is, he's not trusted by a lot of people, but the ones that do enter his trust circle end up becoming, that fills that role for them. I guess that's what I aspire to.
How do you feel about it, Doc?
He talks about his character where he's bigger than everyone else and everyone's looking up to him. With Doc, he's smaller than most everyone else. He's the one who looks up to everyone else around him.
I mean, in a literal sense, yeah, but in figuratively, a lot of people look up to you. A lot of people do.
I wanted to have a character who's small from the very beginning.
Why was that?
Well, for one, when people tend to create characters, they're trying to be different than who they are in real life in some form or fashion. I'm usually taller than everyone else, so that's one part of it. But another part of it is that I wanted to have a character who doesn't have much in the way of physical strength or physical presence, and only through his words, through his mind, through his emotions, that he has other people looking up to him, not through any source of power.
Well, my question is, hopefully I can phrase it properly, is how do you feel knowing there are people in reality that are looking up to you on this level?
It gave me much more purpose. That's a definite start. I know I've mentioned this in the past, but it was probably the closest I ever got to being a missionary because all my brothers got to go on missions and I wasn't. I got honorably released from that. But being on YouTube and being able to share advice and wisdom that way, that was the closest I ever got to being a missionary.
And in doing so, you've been able to affect other people's lives in somewhat similar ways, if you think about it.
Somewhat, yes.
Thank you all.
Thanks for sharing this, guys. Have a good day.
So well.
Take care.